This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by United Healthcare.
It's a new day all over.
One of the easiest ways to prevent or control diabetes is to get up on your feet and get active. Another is to change the way you eat, but not on a diet per se. YMCA of Greater Seattle has an incredible program that helps people delay or prevent the onset of type 2 diabetes. The program is part of a partnership between the YMCA and United Healthcare called Diabetes Prevention and Control Alliance. Here to tell us more, please welcome Wendy Bart, Vice President of Membership, Marketing, and Communication for the YMCA of Greater Seattle, and Dave Murphy, who achieved great success through the program and is looking good. Welcome to you both. It's nice to see you again, and we've talked about diabetes before.
Yes.
Tell me about this specific prevention program. How does it work and what makes it so good?
Well, I think what makes the program work so well is our approach is all about making small changes that will make a big difference over time. I think we live in a world where we're all about trying to make big changes in a short period of time.
It is true.
And it doesn't work out really well.
Right, or
And
you want to lose 10 pounds, and if you haven't done it in a week, then it's like, okay, never mind. You know, we're so used to that. This is a year-long thing, but it's an initial 16-week course, is that correct?
Yes, we do 16 sessions over about 5 months. And the way the sessions work is we introduce different things each week that help people incorporate small changes that they can practice, come back, and as a group they share what worked for them, what didn't work, they try new things, but it's all about small changes. And in the very beginning, all we do is talk about just being aware. Awareness is so important, being aware of your portion sizes, being aware of what's in your food, being aware of how you prepare food. And then we go,
not small things.
They are not small things, but if you do small changes within those items, then it can make a big difference over time.
Is the group pretty small?
The largest group we have is about 15 people, but the power of the group was what's so important. So we always have 6, 7, 8 to 15 people participating together.
It's always nice to do this with other people. And you focus on food and on fitness and on lifestyle.
Yes. We focus on food choices, but we don't judge food choices, so we don't talk about good food or bad food. We just talk about being aware of your food choices.
So you're not going to food shame me when I go.
Not at all.
Good.
Not at all.
Thank you.
You know, I brought some samples, and they're not here to make people feel bad about what they eat, but it's just about being aware, because I think so often people are not aware. So this is actually a small bag of chips, which is hard to find, but a small bag of chips that has 4 teaspoons of fat in it, which this is 4 pats of butter.
Wow.
To represent how much
fat. Just for that, and that's not even a satisfying amount of chips, let's face it.
I know, and do you stop at that amount?
No.
So, and it's not about saying you can't have chips. That's a really important part of the program, is we don't talk about what you can't have anymore. It's just, if you're going to have chips, you need to be aware, and maybe you would change a different food choice later on in the day or the next day. So, and then this is crazy.
This one just drives me crazy. I think about all of the sodas I've had in my life. So
this is about a 20-ounce soda. And in a 20-ounce soda is almost a 1/4 cup of sugar.
Look at that.
So now the audience
and that's not even you get the gigantic ones when you go to the drive-thru, right?
Exactly.
Let's be
the
honest,
big
or go to the movies and they give you one in a gallon drum, and who knows how much is in there. All right. So Dave, tell us a little bit about how the program worked for you. How has it changed your life?
It was powerful. I took the course from January through May of this year. I've had a long history with type 2 diabetes in my family. Both my sisters have type 2. Unfortunately, my mother and my maternal aunt died of complications related to type 2 diabetes. So, I've lived with it all my life. I've seen what this disease can do to an individual and to a family over time. And yet still, I didn't make the lifestyle changes that I needed to make. I've been pretty good with my exercise, but eating, snacking.
I'm with you there. Oh my gosh, and you get stressed out, and an hour later, you don't even know what you ate. It just happened.
Yeah.
So in this setting, was it helpful to have other people around to sort of keep yourself accountable as you went forward?
It was. Really, that was the powerful part of the class for me. I mean, a lot of the material, I think, intellectually I knew, but I wasn't practicing it in my life. But the group dynamic was powerful, just listening to the other stories. And, 2 or 3 weeks into the class, we were all supporting each other.
That's great.
When folks would have slip-ups, we would, there'd be somebody there to pat them on the back
to
and say,
encourage
get
them.
back on track.
Did you lose a lot of weight over the course of this
I
period
lost
of time?
20 pounds.
Oh,
and,
my
and
goodness.
Margaret, I've like...
That's great. That is really great.
And I've done the fad diets like a lot of us have. Something new comes around, and I would lose weight, and within weeks or months, I'd put it right back on. I am the same weight today that I was when I finished the class in May.
I just think
Feels
that's
good.
awesome. You must feel really good about
I
that.
do. I
And
really
that
do.
means that whatever you did last, as opposed to this yo-yoing that most of us, I should have a string attached to me for, all the yo-yoing. Let's take a look. Sue, our producer, is back in the control room. She's going to put up the diabetes risk assessment quiz that you guys have on the YMCA website. This is really easy. People can go there and then just go through it and kind of in the privacy of their own home assess themselves, right?
Yes. So the good news about finding out whether or not you're at risk, you can take a paper test. So there's no finger prick, there's no
Right.
yucky thing to drink. You can take a paper test to find out if you are at risk for developing the disease. So if you have prediabetes. So some of the things people might not realize that are risk factors. Number one, if you're a woman and you've had a baby that weighs more than 9 pounds, that is a risk factor.
Give me one more and then we're going to have to go. I'm sorry.
If you are overweight or obese, obviously a significant risk factor in age.
Okay.
Also significant risk
Oh boy,
factor.
I'm in huge trouble. Go into the website pronto. Thank you very much, and thank you. Congratulations. We have included more information because there are other tips that Wendy has, and they're online at the YMCA's Diabetes Prevention Program as well as the Diabetes Prevention and Control Alliance. You will find links to the Not Me website and the YMCA's Diabetes Risk Assessment Quiz online as well. When we come back, another great gift idea for just about anybody, a sneak peek at the new King 5 weather calendar after this.